What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the final Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Tier 4 Creatures tier list. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and let me know down in the comments where you guys would place your favorite and least favorite Tier 4 Heroes of Might and Magic 5 creatures, as well as where I placed mine. Be sure to go check out all of the other final creatures tier lists and towns. Getting ready for Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era to finally be released here soon, if it's not already released by now. But let us get started. Only tier 4 creatures. Let's see. I think we're gonna go ahead and put Griffins up first. I think the regular Griffins, while they're good, they're not. Okay, let's start with them in B. I think both of these guys are in S, though. I think Griffins are a super insanely strong tier 4 creature. Sorry about that. Headset dying. Yeah, I just think their utility is definitely there with their dives, as well as they really have some pretty good attack and defense, and obviously being able to fly is nice too in certain situations. There's really nothing bad to say about them. I might go ahead and put him in A just because they really are some super strong creatures. And then at the same time, something I didn't say in some of the previous creatures tier list and haven't said in this one just yet, obviously, having some benefit of certain heroes being able to obviously increase their attack and defense. You know, having Irina be the Griffin hero can be useful at times for sure. It's just a extra choice. That's not something I brought up in other ones, but I probably should have, thinking back a little bit. But you know, overall, most of the time you're not really going to choose those heroes as your hero unless it's somebody like Griffins that are very strong and you just want them to be pretty insane. Vampires. Okay, so the upgraded vampire definitely S. I've never liked the sleeping one. And having retaliation, I just don't think he is as good. And it's hard to put this one in B just because, you know, it's, oh, you know, the upgrades have to be better. I think vampires are still an A. I just don't think that this one being upgraded puts him into an S. Yes, his stats and shit are better. And he has the sleep ability and everything, but I just don't think that he is as good as the other vampire that has no retaliation. Yeah, I just think that that is worth it in general. Obviously, being undead obviously helps all of the Necropolis creatures for sure. Again, I just don't really think that this one is S tier. I don't really like the sleep ability myself. I know that it can be good and useful, but having no retaliation on a creature that can move essentially half of the battlefield minimum every single turn is pretty crazy, and get, you know, lifesteal as well. So yeah, I just think that one is a much better preference for me. Mages. I think basic mage is pretty good. Nothing really bad to say about him. But this mage is fucking great. I mean, the amount of devastation they can do. I'm going to put this one at A because he is worse than that one just because he doesn't have Fireball, which arguably is the best mage spell that you can do. So I don't think that one is as good. He does have other spells and other benefits for sure. But taking away Fireball from the mage is basically just taking away half of their kit that makes them great. So this one is, the Archmage is amazing. I think it's one of the better units in the game, let alone on Academy for sure. Definitely, if they go untouched, they're going to do some devastating stuff. I think something you obviously have to watch out for with any of the mages is that they can hit and hurt your own creatures, so that kind of makes them a little weary at times for sure. But yeah, I think mages are pretty strong. Pretty good attack, not great defense at all, and definitely not great melee attack at all. But the spells are devastating if you use the right one, and being able to hit multiple creatures, whether they are enemy friendly or both combined, can definitely be good as well. Grim Raiders. Grim Raiders are a little difficult. They have great movement, they have great attack, and then being able to get another attack if somebody melee attacks a person that they are by is awesome. But I do think their defense is pretty weak overall. So I think I'm going to do the same thing with the mages. I think the basic one is just pretty decent, nothing crazy. And I do think this one definitely deserves an A, but I'm going to put this one an S because if you continuously move that one around, he's going to cut people up naturally by moving by them. And having the second attack, if somebody is melee hitting them, is great, especially with Blood Maidens. That's just like extra free damage and nobody gets hit, which is awesome. And I think overall they're pretty good units. I think their biggest weakness is their defense, which again isn't great. But I still think that, yeah, they deserve it. I think they have a whole lot of utility and a whole lot of good things and movement and everything to where the lack of defense doesn't hold too much over them except in the beginning. Now another one you guys might be surprised because I'm sure, like most people, you're underrating the fuck out of the Skydaughters and Shamans. I think we're gonna stick with the what we've been doing. I think honestly, the upgraded Earth Daughter Shaman, I think this one's Earth Daughter actually, is super fucking underrated. First of all, their movement is pretty decent, nothing crazy, but good. They can cast, which their casting isn't great, but at least it's, you know, pretty useful casting as far as whether you're slowing somebody or hasting somebody on your team. At the same time, anytime they attack somebody, melee attack somebody, they're casting a spell, usually weakening or suffering or something along those lines. And honestly, their attack and defense is not bad. I think they are super underrated creatures for sure. I think they pretty much do everything. There's not really anything bad to say about them. Decent movement, good attack, extra utility on the attack. They can cast, they have decent defense, like Blood Rage on top of that. Like, I don't think you need anything more. Like, there's just nothing bad to say about them. Let's see. I think another one. You gotta put this one in S just because the Lightning Strike. Now, you take away the Lightning Strike, I think we're sticking with what we've been doing here for the tier 4s. I think the Druids are some of the best units in the game, definitely some of the best tier 4s in as well. And I think that the basic one is good. I think having the option of either casting or shooting is great for backline units because it definitely helps them if somebody's in their face. They don't have to do the, you know, melee penalty of the attack. They can just cast instead. And honestly, Druids are pretty fucking tough. Like, their defense and health points is pretty fucking good for some backline units. Like, they're pretty tough. But having both good attack, having a great lightning strike, stone spikes if you want to do different, is fantastic on top of having some pretty good defense. Now, I don't like this one because it takes away a lot of their offensive, highly devastating spells. switches them for, I would say more defensive or friendly spells, and the channeling can be good to give your hero more mana, but yeah, honestly, like, I don't really think that's a super useful thing. It can be, sure, but at the same time, it's, you're either going to give your hero more mana, which they're going to have way more mana than you will anyway, to cast a few more spells if they have those turns left. At the same time, I would have rather done something that's already going to do some great casting devastation, and leave my hero to go ahead and just regularly attack another unit in general without a spell. This one is, just base stock druid, still good, nothing bad, but these two definitely get the umph for their casting abilities and stuff. Oh, the brawlers. We're saving Succubus for last because I still don't really know what I want to do with them. I think we'll actually just go ahead and do that. I think they're good. I think everybody overrates this seduction. It's really not that great. I mean, it is, but Succubus just aren't very good. They don't really have much defense. I mean, it's decent defense for backline for sure, but nothing crazy. Their attack, their chain shot is, I mean, it can be good. It's still nothing very devastating, It's just a little bit of extra damage output. I think against the right units, if you're chaining the right ones, then it can be pretty devastating. Some low targets and stuff, but I think the biggest thing that helps them is that if somebody ranged attack, whether it's a ballista or a ranged unit attacks them, they can retaliate, which is very, very good. So you basically are not necessarily forced to come up to them and melee attack them, but it's preferred, obviously. So that's pretty cool. I think it's good. Again, the seduction, it's not terrible, it's definitely a good ability, but I just think that the unit itself is still not S tier worthy just because of the seduction. That honestly to me is not a huge deal. Now brawlers. Brawlers, berserkers. They're low. Let's just get that straight. They're not very good units. Damn. Yeah, I don't think I can even... Yeah, see, when I look at everybody else and where I would place him, because I'm like, okay, like, the upgraded one might go to A, but at the same time, I would honestly probably, in a 1v1 fight, is it going to be a Griffin or this Berserker Brawler? And I would take Griffin. Like, it would be close, minimum, and it shouldn't be, and that's how bad these guys are. I'll do it, but these guys are like A minus. Like, I'm almost putting this guy in C and dragging these two down to B. Like, they're just really bad. I think they can be decent with some of the enrage that they have and ability and utility a little bit, but overall they're just these melee fighters that honestly don't do a crazy amount of damage. They're pretty mid defense, especially for a tier 4. Yeah, I would say that they're probably the worst tier 4 here, for sure. Yeah, I would say that. Because Griffins definitely are going to shred them. Vampires wouldn't die to them. The mages are backline, so it's kind of hard to go from, like, mage and succubus to a melee unit, but like, I would still take them on my team over these berserkers and brawlers. Grim Raiders, they're going to be pretty devastating. They don't have the best defense, so they could maybe win just because of that, but like not really. As far as like utility and helpfulness, I would still take all of the Grim Ragers over them. And they're definitely not losing to Druid, or they're not beating Druids. Druids are not losing to them. And neither are the Sky Daughters, honestly, just because of all that they can do. So yeah, I would say they're the worst tier 4. But please let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Please do not forget to like and subscribe for this final Heroes of Might and Magic 5 tier 4 creatures.